I honestly never in a million years thought that I would be the one saying, like, I don't want to do this anymore. Good morning. I have quite a few things to talk to you guys about. First of all, I had a phenomenal 3-day weekend. It was definitely what I needed. On Saturday, my boyfriend's dad, who lives in Tennessee, he came up and got married, so we went to his wedding, and then I was filming and editing the rest of the day. On Sunday, Billy and I slept in super late. We slept in until like noon, and then we went to my parents for a Memorial Day weekend dinner. And then yesterday, we got up early and went to breakfast with his dad and his dad's new wife and her kids before they got back on the road to go back to Tennessee. And then I cleaned like the rest of the day. I very badly needed to do so. I cleaned my closet and donated a bunch of clothes. I cleaned out the bathroom and I got rid of a bunch of stuff. And I'm just starting to get my apartment ready for like moving and packing, which I'm not super excited about. Speaking of which though, I did want to update you guys on my job search because I've had tons of people ask me in the comments whether I've gotten a job yet or if I got the job that I interviewed for. So I want to talk on that quickly. First of all, the interview that you guys saw several vlogs ago, that was just a screening interview for the county. So like you have to interview for the county first, and then once that gets approved and your references get checked, then you can apply to specific schools and get interviews at those schools. Now, I did the interview and I did my references, but online when I check like my application process, it still says checking references. And I've emailed the lady like asking because I've done everything on my end and it's been that way for several weeks and she has not gotten back to me. So I need to email her again. Ideally I need to call, but it's hard because their hours are the same hours that I'm at work. And with all the behavior problems I've had, I haven't had a chance to call like during my planning time. But kind of a new development, Billy and I have started looking at a different area to live in. Instead of north of DC, it would be more like east of DC, and that's actually a different district. So I did apply to that district over the weekend, and I have sent out the thing for the survey that like my references have to fill out, and I know my principal filled it out. I'm waiting to hear back on the other two. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. No, I don't have a job. The only interview I had was that screening interview, so I'm kind of in limbo right now, but I'm okay with that. Like, I know everything's going to work out. I'm not going to sit here and stress out about it. Yes, I have resigned from my current job, and that kind of sucks, but it's okay. It will all work out. I'm just not stressing about it right now. However, I do need to get to school. It's about 7:15. It's going to be a short vlog this week. Obviously, there was no school yesterday, and I'm actually going to have a sub tomorrow because Billy and I need to go and start looking at some more townhouses and things like that. So it's going to be a short week, but it's time for me to get to school. It's 7:15. I need to go get coffee, and then I'll catch up with you guys when I get there.
Hi, what can I get for you?
Hi, can I get a medium iced vanilla latte and one of the chocolate glazed donuts?
Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
Alright, you can pull it out.
Thank you. Okay, I have to be honest with you guys, I totally lied in my vlog last week. On Friday, I showed you guys that huge mess that was back here and I said I was just gonna leave it. And I think we both knew that that was just not even possible for me. So I did end up staying last Friday until like 6 o'clock to get everything cleaned up, and I feel much, much better. So down here, I have just some random things that I pulled out from the closet because while I stayed late, I also ended up cleaning out these bins, and I do still have room in some of them, but I also cleaned out this closet. So these two shelves, all of this belongs to the school. Same thing for this shelf. This shelf is all stuff that's mine, but the rest of it all belongs to the school. So when I go to move my stuff, all I have to bring is this shelf and then these bins over here on the side. So all of these containers are all empty. These are my math toolkits, and then these are all containers that I've emptied out. So I will probably end up just throwing those like in a big trash can to move, not a trash can, a trash bag in order to move them. These are some of my books, which I'm waiting to pack up the rest of my library, so they're just gonna kind of sit here for now. But the rest of my back counter is clean, and these are some more like random containers and bins that are mine, that are empty, and I just don't have anywhere else to put them right now. So like I mentioned this morning, I am gonna have a substitute tomorrow because my boyfriend and I need to go and look at some townhouses and apartments in the new place that we have decided to live potentially. So these are my sub-plan templates, and these are in my TPT store. They are editable. I will put the link for you down in the description. I always like the first page just to be like a schedule overview. That way at a quick glance they can see what they're supposed to be doing at each time. And then my actual plans are much more detailed. So I have all the information for morning routine, and then all of the math, and then, of course, they're sticking. There we go. Social studies, and then a little chunk of reading, recess. Let's see, lunch, language practice, because I need grades, let's be honest. And then silent reading, packing up. Tomorrow is O for our countdown, which is outside. It's orange and outside, so they're gonna wear orange, and I'm gonna give them some extra outside time. So basically like extra recess, media, and then dismissal. So these are all of the papers. I quickly made copies of them this morning. I'm gonna go ahead and binder clip them and get my sub plans all ready to go on my desk so I don't have to worry about them this afternoon. I also wanted to show you guys this. I'm going to have coverage this morning because I have an IEP meeting at 9 o'clock, so I'm going to have coverage until about 10, which is during my math block. So I just used the same subplan templates, and I just used one of the pages like this to type up all of the plans for whoever's covering me, because I have no idea at this point who it's going to be. So today for our summer countdown is name day, and they get to pick a new name for the day. And I thought I had enough of these hello my name is like stickers to give them each one to write their new name on it. However, I don't. I only have like 4 of them, but I found these like plain white labels, and I didn't have enough of these either, so I ended up just like cutting them in half. Like at this point of the year, it's literally just like make it work. I am all ready to go for today, so I thought I would quickly sit down and talk about my schedule today because it's like a super off day. So first of all, I have an IEP meeting at 9 o'clock, so that will take me from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Someone will be in here covering my class, and they'll do math. When I come back, I have to take my class to art. Pick them up from there. We're going to come back and quickly do an exit ticket, and then I'm going to be leaving with my students who earned the incentive. So this is an incentive we have every year. The years past, it's always been a pool day. We go to a, what's it called? Almost like a country club that's nearby, and our students will get to go swimming. So they have to earn this with their Panda Bucks, and in years past it was 150 Panda Bucks, but this year they had less time, so it was only 100 Panda Bucks. I have 16 students who are going, and me and 3 of the other second grade teachers are going to go with them to like supervise, like as chaperones basically. And that's going to take us until the end of the day. We leave at 11:30 and we're going to get back at like 2:45. And when we get back, I'm going to get my other students who are staying with the one teacher who's staying back, get them back to my class. And then one of my students is bringing in cupcakes from their birthday yesterday, eat the cupcakes, pack up, and go home. And then tomorrow I have a substitute. Thursday should be a normal day, and then Friday is like a multicultural day, and I still need to plan out all of that. So it's a very off week, and that just shows you like the end of the year is always like that. And it kind of sucks because I want to keep us in that routine to keep my students like behavior down, because I feel like when they have that routine, they're a lot less likely to misbehave. But it's like impossible at this point of the year, which kind of stinks. However, I will catch back up with you guys whenever I get a chance. I have no idea when that might be, probably when my students go to art.
We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again. Just run away with me, darling.
So I just got back from my IEP meeting, and I used the first part of my planning time to go ahead and type up this note about our end of the year picnic. So we always have an award ceremony, and this year we are doing it the day before the last day of school, and then right after the award ceremony we have a picnic. So I need to take these, and I need to stuff them in Tuesday folders, which I haven't done yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put them in here. If I don't get them done during my planning time, it's okay, because our students are actually watching a movie. I'll talk about that in a minute, but anyway, our students are watching a movie. So when we come back, we have a half an hour before we leave for the incentive, and I should be able to get them stuffed then. All right, so I still have a couple minutes left in my planning time, and I wanted to sit down and quickly vlog for you guys because I'm in the best mood ever right now, and I haven't been able to say that in a long time. But I had the IEP meeting this morning, and at the end of the meeting, after we were done talking about all the data, the mom was just telling me what a great teacher I've been for her son all year, and how happy she is that I was his teacher, and how sad she is that I'm leaving. And all the other teachers that were in there were just being like so nice, and like I seriously felt so good about myself. They were just saying how amazing I've been, and it's such a good feeling, and I needed that so badly because lately I felt like a crappy teacher, if we're gonna be completely honest about it. I felt like I'm failing my kids, and I know that it's not necessarily me. Like, I know a lot of it is the end of the year and just the circumstances, but I honestly have just felt like really crappy about myself, and to the point where I was not wanting to teach in the future because I felt like I was failing. And, you know, hearing all of those words this morning, like, just gave me that huge boost of motivation that I needed so badly. And like, I was literally almost in tears because you know, sometimes you don't realize how badly teachers need to hear that. And just words of affirmation can mean so much to a teacher. It's better than any gift you could ever get. Like, just hearing that you're a good teacher and that you're doing things well and how thankful people are to have you is such an amazing feeling. So I have a huge smile on my face, and I plan to keep it for the rest of the day. I'm in such a better place right now, and I'm hoping that I can hold on to that and just have a great rest of the week, great rest of next week, and great rest of the school year. All right, it is now the end of the day. We are back from the incentive. We got back around 2:50, gave my students cupcakes from one of my students' birthdays. That was yesterday, and then they left for the day. So some of my students gave me this when they got back from art today, so I'm gonna take those home with me. These were 2 letters that were left on my desk from 2 kids that I had last year who I loved to death. They are such sweethearts, and they left those, so those are definitely going to my memory box. And I have everything set up for the substitute tomorrow, so I have my substitute binder. This is also in my TPT store. If you are interested in that, I will link it for you in the description. Then I have my actual sub plans, and these templates are separate, but the link for those is in the description box as well. And I went ahead and pulled out one of the How Was Your Day papers. These are in the inside of my substitute binder, but a lot of times the substitutes don't fill them out. So I went ahead and pulled it out. That way I can make sure that they will fill it out. And then I have all of the different papers binder clipped, and they are labeled with the subject and time. And then that is my attendance folder. It is almost 3:45, and I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here because Billy and I are actually gonna drive to the Western Shore of Maryland tonight because it's a 2-hour drive and we don't want to do it in the morning. Plus he works for Marriott and gets hotels for super cheap. So we have to get on the road, and I still have to pack a bag. But I did want to talk quickly about today. So earlier I mentioned that the kids were watching a movie. While I was at my IEP meeting, I guess they went ahead and switched the classes. So my kids who were not going on the incentive went to another room, and then her kids came to me, and apparently they were just supposed to watch a movie until the incentive, and I was completely okay with that. So they watched their movie, we left for the incentive, and as soon as we got there, we ate lunch. They all got pizza, and then we did rotations. And overall, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed seeing my kids get to, you know, run around, get their energy out. Knuckles and I had a very off day. He is always my bus buddy. He always sits next to me. And when we were at the arcade, that was their first rotation, he was having a fantastic time because I was a super bad influence. I was the one going around checking all the little holes to see if there were extra coins. And every time I'd find extra coins, I would give them to him because he was just like my little buddy. And I probably ended up finding him like 10 extra coins. So he was having a great time. Then the next rotation was soccer, and he smacked a kid on the back of their head. So he had to sit out, and he got this huge attitude. He then had to sit out of the next rotation because he still had the attitude. Finally, at the last rotation, they were playing sharks and minnows. He sat out the first part, and then finally I got him to join, and I actually joined too because I'm super competitive. I made it to the final round, but Knuckles actually ended up beating me. So I was super proud of him, and at that point, like, he was very proud of himself. He was in a much better mood. So it all ended up okay. I am in much better spirits than I have been the past couple weeks because of all the positive comments I got this morning, and then coming back to the notes from some of my friends from last year was just an awesome feeling. So I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna try to vlog tomorrow, but it's also gonna be kind of a busy day. So I will catch back up with you guys maybe tomorrow, but maybe Thursday. All right, so I just got home and checked my email, and I had an email from the website Famous Birthdays. And let me show you guys, because I know it's not a big deal to you, but to me it's a very big deal, and I'm so excited about it. So they contacted me to tell me that they were adding me to the Famous Birthday sites because a lot of my quote-unquote fans, which is bizarre to call any of you fans, but still, that you guys have been searching for me. So I've been added to the Famous Birthdays website as a YouTube star. This is literally like the coolest moment of my entire life. I can't even lie. I have to apparently send them a picture and they will update it for me. But this is seriously like the coolest thing to ever happen to me. Good morning. I feel like it's a weekend, and it's definitely not. It's Thursday. So you guys saw I did record some clips yesterday, but I did not record any clips of me talking because I did not shower and I looked horrendous, so I just decided not to. But we had a pretty good day. I felt pretty productive. We went to several townhouses and toured those, and we toured a couple of apartments, and I think we decided we definitely want a townhouse. Like, we need more space. I am at the point where I literally need a room dedicated to like filming for YouTube and all of my craft stuff and my laminator and my Cricut and all that. So we need like 3 bedrooms ideally, and we just need more space. But what sucks is our rent is literally going to double, and actually that's on the low end. Like, most likely it's going to more than double. And that scares me a lot, and it makes me super, super grateful for TPT and YouTube, because I would not be able to live there. Like, I literally, with just my teaching job, there's no way. And that's sad. Like, that's sad to me that I work so hard as a teacher and I wouldn't be able to pay rent. Like, even with Billy and I splitting it, we wouldn't be able to afford it. Anyway, I need to get to school because I do need to make 1 set of copies. Today's kind of an off day because obviously I'm coming back after having a substitute, and then tomorrow is multicultural day for our school, and each grade level is doing a different country. So we are doing China, and we're doing China themed activities all day. Still have no idea what I'm doing, but I will figure that out tonight. And today I feel like I'm kind of in limbo. Like, I know I need to do math because I still need to finish our last math unit for everyday mathematics. But the rest of the day I was kind of like, what do I do? So I'll be completely honest, I kind of just came up with random stuff. Like, we're doing Scholastic news articles and we're reading books on Epic, and it's literally just like filling time at this point. I'm gonna go get coffee because I am very, very tired. I had trouble falling asleep last night, and I will catch up with you guys when I get to school. Do you guys see that pencil pillow back there? Yep, that happened. Down the steps of the... So overall, I am very happy with how my desk was left by the sub, which actually my sub job did not fill, so I'm pretty sure they had to pull like assistants or somebody to be in my room to cover. And this shows you how difficult my class is. They had to have 2 people in here at all times. So I need to go through Tuesday folders and give Panda Bucks for those and go through any papers that were left in there by parents. These are things that I need for today. This is for math. These are like student work samples that we're going to go over. And then these are some verb activities that we're going to do. Those were the copies I needed to make, so those are already done. I need to go through the sub-plans and everything from yesterday and put all of that away. This is an incentive that they are doing this week in the cafeteria where each, I guess, like grade, or I don't know how it works. I need to reread the email. Something about my kids can earn tickets, and then they're doing a raffle for a bike. Nurse's notes that I need to put away. This was another sweet note left by one of my babies from last year. Oh, actually, there's 2 of them. Oh, even better. Awesome. So I'm going to read through those because I definitely need some words of encouragement. These were left by the lady who brings the dog, Sully, for our Tales for Dogs program. So I'm going to open up that. This is a box that I got from Target yesterday. And what I'm going to use this for is all of the paper. I'll show you guys quickly. All of the colored like Astro Brights paper that I have back here. All of that paper, I'm just going to stack it up and put it in that box because I don't want for it to get like crinkled up or warped or anything like that when I'm moving. So I want to get a nice sturdy plastic box to pack all of that in.
I know where we can go, where the sunrise lasts forever. And it's all you and me. We'll kiss the sky goodnight. Come get lost with me. 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 Just run away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again. Just run away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again. Just run away with me, darling.
Alright, it is now lunch, and I don't have very long to talk because I had to bring one of my students in here for a silent lunch because of their behavior this morning. And on the way to lunch and in the cafeteria, he was throwing food on the floor, threw his milk on the floor, tried to step on it. So that about sums up my morning. It has been a very rough morning. It actually started out well. I'm doing the class versus me points again, and the class was winning for a while. They did a pretty good job during math, but again, it's those same friends, and when one of them's not mad and misbehaving, it's another one. And I'll put it this way, the two teachers who were subs for me yesterday told me how difficult it was and how they have no idea how I do it and how they tried everything they know in order to get them to behave and nothing worked. So it makes me feel a little bit better because then obviously it's not just me, but at the same time, there are still 9 days of school left after today is over. That is still a very long time. And oh, it's amazing how even after being off yesterday, coming back today and dealing with it, I'm already exhausted. Like, it is the most tiring thing that I've ever dealt with. And, you know, I'm trying to do the best that I can. And I'm trying to remove students from the group when they're becoming disruptive, and I'm trying to ignore as much of it as possible. And like, it works, but then as soon as I get them under control, there's another one acting up. So pray for me for this afternoon because I have my students from 12:40 until 2:15 when they go to PE. Fingers crossed, because I cannot go through another afternoon like this morning. I mean, I really can't. Like, it's just exhausting. So I will catch up with you guys when my class goes to PE. My students are now in PE. My room is very much a hot mess, but thankfully my desk isn't too bad. I don't have too many like papers sitting out. This is the envelope of the tickets that my students earned at lunch, because they're doing a lunch incentive, and I've got to turn those in at the end of the day. And I did have a student bring me a cupcake, thank goodness, because I need that to get me through the day. Before I even talk about behavior from this afternoon, because you know that that's coming, I would just like to say that we have had 2 fire drills today. We had one in the morning, one in the afternoon. I have zero clue why we had 2 in one day. And that has not helped the chaos that I'm trying to control with my class when every so often I'm getting interrupted by a fire drill. But regardless, the afternoon has been super rough. I don't even need to tell you. I'm literally trying everything I can think of. Like today, this afternoon, I was trying to read aloud a book, couldn't get through it, literally got nothing taught, no teaching whatsoever. It was babysitting. So while I was trying to read aloud the book, I literally had a timer, and I would sit there and time them. Anytime people were disruptive, I'd time them and their name would get added to my list. I got to 25 minutes. Start and stopping it over and over again, it got up to 25 minutes. So at that point I was like, that's ridiculous. So anyone who I had written down their name, they had to sit and they had to do writing for 25 minutes, since that's how long they disrupted us. And then my students who were good got to go on tablets. They got to go on the iPads and the laptops. So you would think that that would help, like, motivate them. No, not at all. A couple of them fixed it, and then the same friends who I've been having issues with continued. I have currently kids sitting out of PE, doing work, and I literally don't know what else to do. I don't, and obviously it's not just me, because, you know, I've talked several times today to the teachers who were in here yesterday, and they sat there and told me, like, they, in their entire teaching career, have never seen a class that bad. And I'm so done. Like, I really am. I also gave them popcorn this afternoon because our countdown today is P, and it's purple and popcorn, so they were supposed to wear purple. And then I had a student bring in popcorn, and the students who were acting up didn't get it. And they don't care. And, like, that's just so absurd to me, the fact that even incentives don't work. They don't care. And like, they get punished, they don't care. They get incentives, they don't care. And it's just, I'm literally at the point where I have nothing else like to try. I really don't. However, I need to stop ranting because I have a ton of grading to get done from yesterday. So I'm gonna go sit at my desk, turn on a podcast or music or something to relax, get grading done. When my students come back from PE, I only have like 10 or 15 minutes and then it's dismissal. So I'm just trying to hold on till the end of the day. All right, it is currently about 4:21. My students all left and my room is in much better shape than it was earlier. I was able to get my desk completely cleared off and my grading bin is empty. These are just some answer keys for a couple of students who I'm still waiting on for ketchup and pickles. And I wanted to show you guys because I don't think I got a chance to show you earlier. This was from the lady who brings in our dog for Tales for Dogs, and she got me this really, really cute paw print Alex and Ani bracelet. So I'm super appreciative of that. And she also brought in a bag that has Tootsie Rolls for all of my students. Okay, I have sat here for probably 20 minutes now, recording clip after clip after clip, and each time I would get to the point where I had to just stop it because I was being so negative and just complaining, and like, that's not me and that's not what I want to portray on my channel. And it's honestly really hard, like being a positive person and literally having nothing positive to say. Like, that's really, really hard for me to come to terms with because normally I can always look on the bright side, and I'm honestly getting to the point where it's like, I can't. I'm so frustrated and overwhelmed and defeated and just exhausted that I can't even find anything positive anymore. And like, that's sad. I honestly feel like that's super sad. I'll be completely honest. I never expected teaching to be like this. You know, I knew it was going to be hard. I knew that it wasn't easy, and I knew it was a lot more work than a lot of people seem to think, but I never knew it was this hard. I honestly never in a million years thought that I would be the one saying like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I'm honestly at that point where that's how I feel. And I know that's partially because it's the end of the day and like, it's been a long day, and I'm sure tomorrow morning I won't feel like that anymore, but it's honestly really hard when I feel like at the end of every single day for the past couple weeks, like I'm sitting here questioning my career choice, and that's killing me because I love this so much. But at the same time, I feel like this isn't healthy for me to do this every single day. And I know teaching is a selfless job and you're forever putting other people first. You're forever putting your students first. But there's a part of me that's really bothered by the toll that it takes on me and wonders like if it's actually worth it. I've always been the kind of person to put other people first. Like, that's part of why I went into teaching. But then there's also part of me that's like, you know, I matter too. My happiness is important, and I don't know. Regardless, I'm not staying past 4:30, and I think it's already past 4:30 because I've had to record this so many times, but I need to go to the gym, and mentally I don't think it's good for me to stay here any longer. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go burn off some steam. I will catch back up with you guys tomorrow morning, hopefully in a better mood and a better place mentally. Good morning. As you can imagine, last night was very emotional for me. Like, I needed to let it all out. So I went to the gym. I expected to feel better, and I honestly didn't. Like, I still felt the same, even more so, like more frustrated. And then I went to dinner, and towards the end of dinner, like it all started to hit me and I started to feel overwhelmed again. I maintained my composure until I got into my car, and I cried like the whole way home, like sobbing because it just hit me and like I couldn't breathe, and I just felt, I don't know. I'm not sure why I needed to cry, but I did. And then I got home and I cried all over again with my boyfriend. And then I took a shower and I was like, okay, I can sit here and like throw a pity party and feel bad for myself, or I can go do something to make myself feel better. So at like 8:15, I went out to Barnes & Noble to get the Chicken Soup for the Teacher's Soul book, because as a kid I loved those. I have one for like the college soul, the woman's soul, the runner soul, but I did not have one for the teacher's soul. I thought I did, but I checked on my books and I didn't. So I was like, I need some inspiration, I need some motivation. So I got that book. I also got myself a Chick-fil-A milkshake, and then I went home and I quickly got my plans done, and then I sat for like an hour and read it. It helped. I'm still feeling very frustrated and overwhelmed, but it's okay. Like, it's quiet day for our summer countdown, so that's a really, really good side. It also is almost the weekend. I can make it through. I slept in really late this morning because I was really just like drained emotionally and physically. I got up at 7:10. It's currently 7:30, so I'm gonna go grab myself some coffee and then I will catch back up with you at school.
To the iHeart Summer 17.
So today is a school-wide multicultural day, and each grade level is doing a different country. Second grade is doing China. So I found this math activity on TPT. I will link it for you down in the description. It's called Dre the Dragon, but it's pretty cool because each page has like a different math like problem. So this one is like adding up money. This one is arrays and repeated addition, more adding up money. Let's see, what's this? A pictograph. So there's a different like math problem on each page, and then they're going to color them and cut it out, and it becomes like this real long like flag type thing almost. So we're going to do that for math this morning. And then my team teacher got chopsticks and fortune cookies off of Amazon. So we're going to practice using chopsticks. We're going to read some books on Epic. At the end of the day, I will give them their fortune cookies, and I'm counting that as the thing I'm doing for my students this week for the Teacher 3. It is also quiet day, so I'm really hoping that it ends up being a good day. It is lunchtime. I don't need to tell you how my morning went because you already know it has been super rough. So instead of sitting here and ranting about it and complaining because it's the same thing every single day, I'm just not even gonna think about it. I'm gonna focus on the positives. I was supposed to have guidance today from 11 to 11:30. I was very much looking forward to it because I've not had it in like 2 months because of schedules and just things coming up. However, it got canceled on me at the last minute. Totally wasn't her fault. Something came up. It's okay. I don't blame her. I'm flexible. It happens. It actually ended up working out because my students owed me quiet time because today is quiet day and they were not quiet all morning, so they had to be quiet during that time, and it was complete silence. I got all of my spelling tests graded. I got them all put into the grade book, and I have no more grading for today because this afternoon we're doing hands-on activities where they're going to practice using chopsticks. They're going to write their name in Chinese. So that's fantastic. Plus, grades are due next Thursday, so I think like Monday and Tuesday will be my last days taking grades, and I'm very much looking forward to that. It is lunchtime, and I'm gonna go sit at my desk, enjoy my lunch, watch some Instagram stories, and just kind of relax. Couple more hours, and then I have my weekend. Yep, there's also directions on the back.
That was his. Look, Miss Ferré, this is how I use it.
Good.
I can't use it. Mine.
So I just took my class to music. My room isn't too bad. My desk is kind of a hot mess. I have a book bag along with one of my students' belongings that they decided to throw, along with some chairs. They are now in the office. I need to put away these beads and cotton balls and bowls. We use those for practice with our chopsticks. And I still have my lunch because I never got to eat it during lunchtime today. So I was just called up to the office because someone delivered an envelope for me, and it ended up being this super sweet thank you note from my junior achievement volunteer, which I'm so grateful for. And quite possibly the best part is this Chick-fil-A coupon for a free chocolate chip cookie. So needed right now. Okay, quite a few things have transpired since the last time I talked to you guys. Some good and some bad. I'll start with the bad just to get out of the way. We had a substitute for music today, and I picked up my class to find out that 2 of my students had gotten into a fight, punched each other, were in the office. Regardless, I'm in a fantastic mood because I just got some absolutely amazing news, and I'm so happy about it. So every single day, YouTube selects a creator on the rise, so a newer YouTuber that is growing really rapidly. And I just got the news that I was selected as today's creator on the rise, and I am just so floored. I am so incredibly grateful for all of you who are supporting me on this journey. I never, ever in a million years expected my channel to become what it has. And I am so thankful that I have all of you supporting me, inspiring me, motivating me, because this has been a very rough school year, and I honestly feel like I would not have gotten through it without all of the support that I've gotten from you guys. So thank you from the absolute bottom of my heart. I'm just so happy, and I don't even have words to explain. I don't know, this feels like a dream. Like, I'm just so grateful. And I was originally gonna stay in my classroom and like try to get some more packing done, but I'm so happy. I wanna get out of here. I wanna go tell my boyfriend. I wanna call my mom. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. All of you supporting me means the world to me, and I'm so grateful to have you all. If you did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. That helps to support my channel. Subscribe to me if you haven't already. I have 2 videos that go live every single week. One every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. That's my classroom vlog, and one every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. as well. Plus, I'm gonna have a new summer schedule starting soon. So thank you again for watching. I love you all so much, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of this video and for supporting my YouTube channel. If you want to check out any of my older videos, you can use the 2 links right down here. If you want to subscribe to me so you don't miss any future videos, you can use the link right up here. In the description box, you will find links to all of my social media sites, my Teachers Pay Teachers store, and my Amazon store, and I will catch you guys in the next one.